everyone. It is Michelle Litwiller with Owl Star Stampers. Today is Thursday, March 27th, 2025, and I am here with a card class for you. We're going to make 4 gorgeous cards tonight, or if you're watching the replay, and it is featuring a new bundle called the Thankful Garden Bundle. So we have a stamp set, some dies, some masks. We're going to do a little bit with a blending brush, and 2 of the 4 cards are fun folds. So that will be fun as well. So we will get started in just a second. Make sure you say hi. Let me know you're here so I can interact with you. I know normally I go live on Wednesday night, and yesterday I was just so tired. I don't know if it was something in the air, if it's just been everything that's been going on just in life. I don't know, but I was exhausted and I went to bed very early last night. I feel much better and rejuvenated today. So, hello, everyone. All right, I see some comments coming through. Hi, Kathy and Hilda and Tara. Hello, Carol, Ruby, Tracy, Nancy, Cheryl. Oh my gosh, it's so good to see you guys. All right, let me go through my little intro over here, and we will get in. Okay, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I always say YouTube channel, but please follow me also over on my Facebook business page. You can find me on both places at Owl Star Stampers. So I am hopefully going to start doing more reels. I don't really do those. I do shorts on Facebook, but follow me over on Facebook so you can see those, and I'll be sharing those over on my Instagram page as well. All of the things are called Owl Star Stampers. So you can like, follow, and subscribe to all of those social media outlets. And you can share them with your crafty friends too. So thank you for those of you who have already done that. Kathy said, I'm so glad you're rested and feeling better. This was part of my week. Yeah. All right. And also, if you're not a part of my email, you can join my email list right there. That's where you get free tutorials every month, updates on my classes and events that I do. So thank you for that, for joining that. And if you want to go shopping, there is a link. I do have a new host code. We're getting rid of the host codes on April 12th. And I'll go over that in April, but basically you'll just earn all of your own rewards. So we'll slightly change a little bit of things, but not a whole lot. But I do have a new host code, so you can get this class and my free gift using the host code tonight. I do want to mention my tutorial store. So the tutorial for these cards will be up there. So if you're a VIP member, that will be up there probably over the weekend, and or if you're on my team gets free access to the VIP tutorials, all the tutorials that I do, and the subscription is only $24.95 a month, and you get everything I do for the whole month, which is a lot of stuff. So if you're interested, you can check that out there, or you can buy individual stuff, but really the monthly fee is the best deal, or you can join my team. And there is our new host code. So tonight we have 4 cards. So your cards will come like this. Actually, you will get half a pack of the designer series paper I'm showing. I actually cut all the paper down already, but that is going to be my free gift to you. We have this brand new suite of products that launched in our online exclusive, and it's called the Lovely Garden Designer Series Paper. So I'll show you in a minute, but you'll get a half a pack of this. I'll cut it at 6x12 to use on your cards and have extra left over. Now, if you go over $100, using that code, I'll also give you like a half a pack of these new sequins. But you can use any sequins or bling on these cards. So there's the code, and you have through Sunday night to get your orders in. You can absolutely, these cards, use any flower set that you want, but the Thankful Garden bundle is pretty darn amazing. So I'm excited to create these cards with you. Oh, Kathy, I see what you're saying. I meant to say this is the best part of my week. I love watching you. Aw, thank you. I thought you were saying you were like really tired too this week. So good evening, Jennifer and Joan and Linda. Hi, Karen from New York. All right, let me show you this paper and then we'll get into our cards. Real quick though, last call if you want to do my spring classes. I have 2 of them you can pick from. There's also a really great garden kit. It was supposed to end tonight, but I think it's extended till tomorrow at noon Eastern Standard Time. So there is the, oh gosh, what is the name of this? It just literally went out of, it's called the Faith Collection, the Faith one. There's 6 cards. This class comes with some ribbons, some sequins, and a partial pack of designer series paper. You will need the bundle, and you make one of each of these cards. They're so beautiful for Easter, for spring, for like any types of like baptisms, or even like you could do, I love that one. So that's the first class. The other class is the storybook one. And so you'll make 8 cards and you'll get some paper and embellishments and a piece of ribbon, I think, a couple yards of ribbon. And you'll make these cute cards, which are great for spring, Easter, baby cards. You can change the sentiment to anything. So you have until tomorrow. You can add on any of the bundles if you don't have them. This one right here with the storybook, I only use the words from that bundle, so you could literally use any words that you wanted. But the bundle is really cute too that you can add on if you want. Anyway, that ends tomorrow, so I just wanted to give a little reminder. Okay, let's look at the paper. So your kit will come with half of the paper if you order. If you ordered last week, those are shipping out tomorrow with the Around It All. So we just launched a whole bunch of online exclusives, and man, there's some really good stuff. So here's some of the papers, and I'll show you the back. The back is kind of like a lot of black and white and neutral. It's like very, this piece, can't really see it. It's purple. It's like a light purple and then blue and green. The yellow and green. This one is so pretty. So I think there's some hydrangeas. And then the backs, let me show you the back, is kind of like there's some black and white pieces, fresh freesia pieces, polka dot, some black and white leaves, and then this green, garden green piece. So I think those are all the pieces. But I've been having a lot of fun playing with this new pack of paper, and you can find it in our online exclusives. Now this suite also has these gems that I mentioned. If you go over $100 before tax and shipping, I'll give you like a half a package of these as well. They're so pretty. They're called, I think, Starburst Sequins, and they're the fresh freesia and the yellow. I don't know if they're crushed curry or daffodil delight in white, but they're really pretty. And then there's also a coordinating ribbon, which looks like this. It's fresh freesia, and it is like velvet. What's it called? Faux velvet ribbon, 1/8 inch. And it is, we're not using it today, but it coordinates with this paper and these gems. So if you do want that, I have a feeling this ribbon could sell out sooner rather than later. Okay, so this is your gift. If you go over 50 with a code, you'll get half pack of the DSP. Hi, Patsy. Hello, Nadine. I know Nadine's going to be watching, I almost said football, basketball. This is one of the cards we're going to make, but we're going to start out with a simpler one and then go into our fun folds and then end with a simpler one. So let's get started. Thank you for sharing so we can get some friends on here to watch us. Okay, our first card. Let me show you the rest of the bundle though. I'm getting ahead of myself. Here's the stamp set. It has these 2, and these are pretty big. Like they're on a pretty big block here. This is the one. But they have different sentiments. You make a difference with love, and then you could put and thanks. Thankful for You Friend. And then there's some little flower pieces in leaf, little leaves in there. So really nice stamp set. There's coordinating dies that look like this that will cut out those images, and then a couple of separate leaves there as well. The other thing it has are these, you can tell we're using them, these decorative masks that are numbered 1 through 5. And so they just line up really easily, and you can just use your blending brushes to color them in. So this is the Thankful Garden bundle that we're using that has all 3 pieces. I'm using all 3 today. Now you could absolutely just just color them, but the blending brushes make it really quick. So this is like our quick and easy card. So we're going to start with that. I'm going to put my hair back in a ponytail. I got a hair tie real quick so it won't fall down while I bend over. We're using a Fresh Freesia card base, a basic black, and this designer series paper. Again, if you're in the VIP for the tutorial group or my team, you will get the free tutorial. So just check back there, I would say by Sunday, and hopefully it is there. If not, it should be there Monday at the latest. Okay, so we're gonna take our papers here and layer them. Now this has just a tiny, like an 1/8 of an inch border. So because of that, I'm going to be a little bit smart and use, but it's right behind here, some liquid glue. I'm going to reach back here and use some liquid glue to glue that down. Hi, Betty and Luis from Daytona Beach. Okay, so this glue is great because it gives you a little bit of wiggle room so you can line it up perfectly. And I'm going to put on my glasses because, yeah, we need those. Okay, and slide it over, line it up really good, and there we have like this beautiful black border. Now I'm going to put this down flat. You could pop it up. We're just going to add some of this green glue, the green Tombow multi-purpose liquid glue, and put this right here on our card base. All right. So next up, you will have this oval with stitching in your kit. This is from the Linked Together dies. I wanted to make sure I said the right thing. Linked Together, which is another one of our online exclusives. Now, with your designer series paper, you're going to cut out this leaf in the Fresh Freesia pattern. I just did it ahead of time, but it is like it's out of the DSP. So I'll show you which one. You're going to take this die and you're going to take this piece of paper right here. You can see where I chopped it off. It's this side, but the back is the Fresh Freesia. So you can see where I cut a little piece out and then I ran that through, and then you get a little bit of texture to your paper. But you're going to do that because you'll get the paper. Or if you're not using this bundle, we have a ton of flower bundles that have leaves. Just cut one out. Okay, for this card, we're going to use the one that says Thankful for You Friend. And I'm just going to use some black Memento ink. And I have a block D right here. And we're going to ink that up and put it on here. All right. So there we go. Gonna stamp that and then put the lid on. Thank you for sharing, Sonia. We're gonna wipe this off with our chamois. All right, so let me put that back. Now we're going to come in here with some dimensional. So here's where this beautiful velvet ribbon you could wrap around, you could tie a bow, you could loop it. It is just really, really pretty. If you like this, you can get that too. Again, It is still currently available, but we don't know for how long. Ribbons seem to sell really fast. And I feel maybe it's because we don't have a ton of choices. I feel like we used to have a lot more choices. Maybe it's just because I love ribbon though too that I noticed that. Okay, I'm putting some mini dimensionals behind this little leaf in a few spots. So these are the minis. And then behind the big one, I'm going to put 2 here. And then I'm going to put this like right over here. And then take this leaf and I'm going to kind of tuck it under here. Kind of like that. Isn't that so pretty? So easy too. Anyone can make this card. Anyone can. All right, and then our new little sequins here. They're called, I believe, Starburst Sequins. I have the packaging right here. They're not those. Yes, Starburst Sequins is what they're called. You get 180 of them. We're going to take some of the fresh freesia ones and put them on our card. Now these have 2 different sizes. So I'm going to put one here and I'm going to put one here. And let's put another one down. Ooh, it didn't stick. There. And there's our beautiful, sweet and simple card. You could make this birthday, thinking of you, get well, literally whatever you want. But I do love the sentiment, thankful for you, friend. I could send this to, well, any of my friends. So there is our first card. Let me know what you think of card number 1. There we go. All right. Now our next card, I don't know if it's my favorite, but it's pretty close. It's a really good one. It's a fun fold. All right. So our next card, we're using fresh freesia again. I promise we're not using all fresh freesia, although I love purple. We're going to be using some blueberry bushel and some garden green as well. But let's do all our purple at the beginning. So this card, you're going to get 2 different pieces of fresh freesia. Now on this piece, you're going to have to score it. I already did mine. You're going to have a piece of white for some stamping, another piece of white, a little banner, little 1/2-inch place, and then you're going to have to cut your own designer series paper because remember, that's my gift to you is a 1/2 pack of this beautiful paper. So you're going to have this pattern, and this pattern. I'm going to turn the camera around so you can maybe see the paper a little bit better this way. There you go. Now, can you see that it's really purple? It's so pretty. So I feel like down you couldn't really see the color as well. Okay, so here are our patterns and our paper. So we're going to take, this is actually our card base, is just a 1/4 sheet of the fresh freesia. And this piece is going to go on there. So we can go ahead and glue that. And then we're gonna do our fun fold. Now, if you took my winter retreat and the Under the Sea, That Sea class, this card is very similar to one of the cards there. However, I did alter the measurements a little bit. So they're different measurements. Sorry, I had to get a drink of my Diet Dr. Pepper. Thank you, Elaine. Yes, she said, give Michelle in this video a thumbs up and like the video. Yes, thank you, thank you. Okay, so then this piece, you're going to, do I have a ruler? Let me see what the measurement was. It is 8, I believe it's 8 1/4 by 4 1/4, and then you'll go in to 2 3/4 from each side and score. But again, if you order and get the tutorial, it'll be in there. And then you're just gonna do a zigzag like this. So this is what you're gonna do. Thank you, I just saw a whole bunch of thumbs ups go by. Okay, now we're gonna take our bone folder and give this a really great crease. Okay. Yeah, on YouTube it might be 38. It shows 69 on my end, but I know that is a combination of YouTube and Facebook. That's what happens when I don't go live on my normal day. because people are so used. I've been doing Wednesday night for years. Okay, on this piece, this is going to go in the center. So we're going to have a piece of white that goes there, a piece of this green, and then this piece is going to go here. So I'm going to glue those down on there, just like so. Okay, there's that. Then I'm glad you'll be making one of those first cards, Nadine. I love when you do that. I love when any of you do that. That is, I want to inspire you guys to make cards, craft, get creative, and also send out your cards. Okay, here we go. This piece is going to go right there like that. So this is what we have. Now on this piece, we are going to add our adhesive. Oh no, I kind of see the little red line in there. I hope I have enough glue to make it through this video. Or we'll be using some liquid glue for sure. Okay, I'm just going to center this right in the middle. Okay, now, there we go. Okay, on this piece, we're going to take this large image right here and we're going to stamp it in Versamark and then black embossing powder. Okay, so we're going to do that and da-da-da-da. Look it, I already did it and it's beautiful and shiny. And I did that because I still have to die cut it, but we're going to do some blending. So I'm going to show you. Can you see, and I forgot to use my embossing buddy, so there's little flecks, but it is raised in black and glossy. So I did heat set this. You could absolutely just use Memento black ink as well, which I did on the other cards, but I wanted to show you what it would look like embossed. So, all right, so we're gonna put this here and we're gonna be using Fresh Freesia, which is the light lavender, and we're going to be using Garden Green. So we're going to be using these two ink pads because it coordinates with our paper. So that's why I have always loved, and that's why I fell in love with Stampin' Up, is because they make it so easy to make beautiful cards because they tell you what colors to use and they all coordinate. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to find the first mask, which is this purple, and we're going to be using those. And so I love our blending brushes. We have two different sizes. I can show you in comparison the small and the large. They both work great. It just is a preference. We always had the larger ones first, so I have more of these, but they both work really great. And I have one for each color. And actually, I have like one for dark and light. So dark purple, light purple, dark whatever, blue, light blue. So we're going to be using these anyway, this one and my dark green. So let me grab that just so I have them ready. Now these are really easy to line up. So there's a little notch here. So if you have a big piece of paper, you can just put that little notch, and then when you line it up, you can kind of use washi tape and tape your thing down, and then it will just line up really easy. For the sake of this video, I'm just winging it and eyeballing it. And so we're going to hope it works. And if not, I have a finished card to pretend like it worked. Okay. So I have my purple ink pad right here, and you can kind of see off to the side, my notch is down here. I know you're showing the light from my ring light above so I can have a brighter image, but I'm just going to line this up, and then I'm going to take my ink brush in here, and I think, nope, there we go. And then I'm going to go on my this plastic mat first and then color it in. And again, if you can use washi tape or Post-it tape and tape it down so it won't wiggle and move. Okay. And you can make it as dark or as light as you want. So now with this in mind, I know my little notch is kind of down here. So before I move it too much, I'm going to grab mask number 2, and I'm going to kind of put it over so I can line it up again pretty easily. And again, you can color these, but this is really easy. Same color. I'm not switching colors. You could change purples, absolutely, but I'm just going in with the same color, and I'm going right over that and kind of do circular motions. That's what I do anyway, or however you like to do it. So kind of going over that. Okay, we have it. Before I move it, I'm going to take my third mask and kind of see where my little notch is, and kind of put it over top and remove it and kind of put this in there. So I don't know, maybe you do want to line it up better. I don't know, I think this is good enough. I don't know where it's supposed to be. Shoot. Maybe like, darn, maybe I do need to do this. Here we go. Let me do this because this is the first one. This is why you mark it, right? Yeah, Tara, you should try some fun folds. They are not hard. It's just usually just a little bit of different scoring is all. Okay. There we go. I got it lined up, the third one. Okay, and then you can just add your third little coloring right over top there. Okay, and then when you remove, look at that. You have this beautiful flower. Now, if you're like, that's a little bit too, maybe that's too much of a contrast, what you can do if you want to soften it is put the first one back on and then just go over it just lightly with your brush. That's what I do without any ink. If it's like, I don't know, that's a little bit too much of a contrast, just you can soften it like this. You can add more ink too. Every time you do it, it turns out a little bit different, but it's really, really cool. Okay, now we're gonna repeat that, but with our garden green for the stem. So it's really, really beautiful bundle. Okay, now this one just has 2, so that's pretty easy. We're gonna use number 4 and then number 5. So I don't wanna use a purple brush. I wanna use my dark green. And the same thing, I'm just lining this up. It just like it's like a little puzzle. You just line it up and again, there's the little notch where you can perfectly have it. Add your color. Remove it. Like, how cool is that? And then go in with this one over top. Just lines up so good. I say that as I'm kind of a little bit struggling. And it just will have, it just gives you the best little details is all. So cool. Okay, there we go. And maybe I got a little bit heavy-handed on that one. But there is our, isn't that beautiful? Just so pretty. Okay, so we're gonna close up our ink or green ink and we're gonna die cut that. So I'm gonna take this right here. I have my little machine, so I am going to kind of go around here, just kind of like rough so it'll fit. Okay, and then this will cut this out. Okay. Yeah, for sure. That's what I said, Carol. Yeah, you can use a big sheet of paper and put the little notch mark and line it up perfectly. If you guys missed that, I just said that's how you are supposed to do it, but for the sake of the video, I didn't do that. But that definitely makes it easier to line it all up perfectly and quickly, especially if you're doing like a lot of cards or multiples of the same. That is the best way to do it. Okay, so there is our beautiful flower. Now, what's also cool about this flower is these dies. Like, you could cut out this flower, like stamp it again and pop it up and to make it more dimensional. So like you could do just that little piece. And you can do the same with the hydrangea one, which we're going to make next. These little pieces, you can make it so it's more dimensional. So this will cut out that flower there if you're interested in that. Okay, so now we're going to take, you'll have a little 1/2-inch strip here. We're going to take our sentiment in that fresh freesia, the one that says you make a difference. We're going to use that. I love that one. Actually, I'm going to use that, I think, on the last card as well. And I have a block here. We're going to stamp that. Now on this card, I am going to use some white baker's twine. That's kind of like your glue. It's just like a necessity. So you can use linen thread or ribbon, but we're going to be using that. So that's just, I'm just saying that because it's not included in your kit, because I feel like everyone should have that. There's our sentiment. Now we're going to take this. Oh, isn't this so beautiful? All right, dimensionals behind our flower. I'm glad, Kim, you said you love this flower. Hi, Carol. I'm glad you think it's so pretty. Okay, this is going to come right here like so. And my other card is a lot lighter in the green and the purple. So I can't wait to show you that because you'll get to see that. Now, before we put this down, we're going to cut it in an angle. We're going to take some white baker's twine. This comes in this pack right here. So if you don't have this, grab it, add it to your cart. It's the Baker Twine Essential Pack. So you get all the colors. I used white and black the most. Or you can also just use your handy dandy linen thread. Or this would be really beautiful too, the gold, if you have that. Okay, we're going to make a pretty loose big bow. We're going to stick it down with a glue dot. I see my glue dots. I haven't lost them yet. All right, so we'll do that. And we are gonna cut this and, all right, get a glue dot. Okay, before we go any further, we're gonna just cut this at an angle and we're gonna take our bow and stick a glue dot, stick the bow right on the glue dot. And isn't Tara, thank you. This card, I love this card. I'm glad you do too. I'm going to put it like right there, the little bow there. Okay, and then this is just going to go over. It's just giving a little bit of texture. So now I'm going to put 2 dimensionals on each side of this little banner, little strip here. So just kind of like that. And then I'm going to make sure my bow is going kind of at an angle like this, and then I'm going to put this across here just like so. Hopefully it's straight. And then we're going to take those sequins. Again, you can use rhinestones, you can use whatever. If you go over 100, I'll give you half a pack of these with your half a pack of paper. We're going to take we're going to add some more purple ones. Did I use purple the first card? We're in a purpley mood. We're going to take some of these and add, the white would look really nice too on here, but we're going purple, fresh freesia. Okay, there we go. There is our card. There we go. It goes like this, and then it opens up like so. Now you absolutely could put like another little circle here and like write another message. You could stamp another flower, however you want to do it. But isn't that a fun card? It just goes like that. So there's our card. And here's the other one I made where the purple and greens are a little bit lighter. So I went a little bit lighter handed with my brush. So it's the same color ink. It just depends on how hard and how inked up your brush is. You can see how this one's lighter. These are, I promise, the exact same colors. So I hope you love this card. See, it's exactly the same But there's our second card. So you guys will get to make this card too if you order. Okay, you have convinced me to buy this bundle. Oh, I'm so glad, Wendy, that you love that card. Thank you, Tara. She said, out of the park. You like the darker? Yeah, you can do it darker or lighter. Okay, our next card is another fun fold. And we're going to be using the hydrangea and several of we're going to do the blending brushes again. Okay, so we're on a roll with the brushes, and then we're going to end with a fairly easier card. Okay, here we go. Oh, I need my paper trimmer for this. So for this one, we're using Blueberry Bushel, which is a nice bright blue. You will have a piece of white. You will have a piece of garden green. You're going to need to cut your own designer series paper, these 3 strips here. So you'll have 2 of these the same in that one. Then you're going to have a scrap of white, and out of your designer paper, you're also going to cut out one of those leaves. So kind of like we did on card number 1 with your die. So this is this die right here from the bundle. You're going to cut out these leaves, and we're going to use that. All right, this one, I didn't do any stamping, so I got to do that. So let's go ahead and do that. And then we're going to have to score this and then cut it to make our fun fold. It's not hard, I promise you. But let's stamp our image. We're going to just stamp it in Memento. It's a pretty big stamp. And this one is going to say with love. So we're going to be using that stamp as well. Oh gosh, where's my big block? Right here. Let me wipe this off. We're going to use this on our last card. This one right here. I love these. I feel like I've been doing a lot of flowers lately, but I guess I'm just really ready for spring and summer when we have all the flowers. So this is a block. What block is this? E, that will fit this really big image. And I'm being really risky here by not having it already done. Okay, so we're inking it up really well with the Memento. Okay, and then I'm going to stamp it down here. And I'm just going to press, press, press. Donna said, nice card. I'll have to give the mask a try. It's like stenciling I did years ago. Yes, I'm sure it is. Okay. So, did I give it a nice, good, voila, beautiful. Okay, now we're going to just do our words in the black right now since we have it, because I'm going to fussy cut that out just so I don't have to do that anymore. I'm just putting that away. So, the with love, I'm just going to put it in this corner here. And we're going to just hand cut that out. There we go. Okay. You'll see. All right, closing up my chamois, and now we're going to get our mask. Now this time, we're going to be using the same color green, that garden green with blueberry bushel. So I have, this is my dark blue and dark green. They're just labeled. And we are going to grab our masks here. They're all numbered, so I need number 1. And then this one I actually tried to do with Balmy Blue, and then I kind of messed it up. I started actually with mask number 2, and so that was my error. So maybe I will try it with the Balmy Blue on this one to make the whole background just a little bit lighter. Okay, so there we are. So there's our little notch right here. Okay, we can just see what it is. You could just use one color. So here's my Balmy Blue. It's a little bit lighter. And then here is our blueberry bushel. So I have a light blue. Here's my light blue brush. You can see light blue and dark blue. So I'll blend this around. Sorry, I'm just blending this around. And then I'm going to hold this in place. And don't worry, my last card I already die cut, and I'm going to go in. Now it's probably picking up some of the blueberry bushel from the outside edge. That's okay of this plastic here. Okay, that's just going to give me a lighter blue. See that? Okay, so there we go. Number 1 done. All right, now I won't move that away in case we need to go back and blend it a little bit more. Now we need number 2, which went, again, you can mark your little thing on your paper and then it will make it go so much quicker and smoother and all the good things. Okay, there's that right there. Here's our blueberry bushel and our dark blue brush. And we're going in here. So I have hydrangeas in the front of my house, and they, for the longest time, didn't do anything. And mine were supposed to be like a purpley pinkish color. And then last year and the year before, I got like a few. So I'm hoping this year I will have more. And then you can kind of pull it back and be like, do I like that? Do I need more dark? Do I want more color? And you can just determine what you want. Okay, so there's that. And then number 3, shoot, I messed it up. I'm going to go back to number 1 and put it down, number 1. And then I'm going to put number 3 right over it, because that little notch works perfect. Okay, there it is, because number 1 is just wide open. Okay, so I'm going to go in here and then do this. Okay, now that's what it looks like. Do you see all the different colors in there? And then if you were like, okay, I want a little bit more of that darker blue in the background, you can just, again, just kind of play with it, mess around till you get it how you like it. I'll just add maybe a little bit. So the first color I used was Balmy Blue and then just Blueberry Bushel. So I'm just blending it in a little bit more. Woo! Just like that. Okay, there we go. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, now we got to do our green stem, leaf, stem, whatever. Okay, so we need 4 and then 5. This one is really easy to do. We're gonna just line. I know, Karen, wow, right? It's like magic. It's really easy to do. You just line it up, boom. And apparently I have a lot of green on my brush, so I might not even open my ink pad. And we're gonna rub that in. Okay, just like that. You could leave it just like that, but let's do our number 5 mask right over top. Okay, I will open this up. I would have trouble using what colors? Just the colors that you want the flowers. I really just use the same color, just like every layer the same color. So you can just use like on the first card, I just used 1 purple and 1 green. On this card, I used 2 blues, but I just used a lighter blue and a darker blue. But you can use the same color, because as you do layers, it's naturally going to make it darker. So you don't have to make it, you don't have to overthink it, is all I'm saying. So there is our beautiful flower. Isn't it so cool? Okay, so let's close this up. So Tara, hopefully that's helpful. So it doesn't have to be super scary, is all I'm trying to say. Okay, so now we're going to cut that out with our die right here, and I'm just going to trim it down to fit in my little thingy here, and then we'll cut out our words at the very end. But let's do this right here, because Tara, So if I'm honest, I was the same way. I felt the same way. Like, how do I know what colors or what colors go well? And that's just what I've learned. Like, actually, just use one, and then every layer will just add a little bit deeper tone. So that is definitely how I started out until I got a little bit more confident or whatever. But yeah, it doesn't, this is gonna hit here. See my paper? This is a little baby machine, so I don't want that to mess up my beautiful flower. Okay, so now I gotta realign this baby up because we are not doing all that work blending. Not that it's hard to have it shift in here. Okay, there we go, there we go. Now we go. And this goes on top. And now we can run it through. Pinks would be pretty. Yes, Karen, you need to come make a card with the pinks because I love my pinks. I agree. Okay, so there we have that. Now again, what I wanted to tell you about this bundle are like this die right here will cut out like this bottom section. It lines up somehow, and then you can pop that up to make it more dimensional too. I was playing around with it earlier and I promise it works. Of course, can I get it right now? No, but oh, there we go, right there. So it cuts out that section. You can pop it up kind of like the first flower I was showing you. So that's pretty neat. Okay, we're gonna bring in our paper trimmer for our card base. So this is Blueberry Bushel, just a regular card base. We're gonna score it in half at 4 1/4. So go to your 4 1/4 and score. Don't cut, score. Okay. So you can, that's gonna be our center, just a regular card base. Now on one side, we're gonna go in from each side to 1 inch and go cut up to the middle part. So I have a 1 inch over on the right. So I'm gonna go to that 1 inch. And now I'm gonna cut, but only to the middle line that I just scored. Of course, my blade just came off. Let me fix it. It's like half on, half off. Okay, so I'm cutting down till I get to the middle line right here. And I can see there's a little mark on the edge right there. So I'm stopping. Okay, now you have one little finger like waving high at you. And now I'm going to go down here and I'm going to do the same but at the bottom. So you might not be able to see me, but there's like a little one down here. Because see, here's my little flap here. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So I'm just going to go to the 1 inch and cut up to that score line, the halfway mark. So now we have two just like this, okay? There we go. It's that easy. So what we're going to do is take your bone folder, give this a really great crease all the way across. So there we go. We have it like so. Then we're not done with that blending brush. We're gonna bring that dark Blueberry Bushel in. Now again, I have a lot of ink on here, so I am adding color to this black and white so it ties in. And we're not going to stop there. We're going to take, this is going to be the inside piece of blue or white, and we're going to add blue down here and up here in the corner. So we're just decorating a little bit of the inside and outside. So just with that same blending brush that we did with our flower, now I have the Blueberry Bushel. This is the dark blends. And you guys know me, I like to flick some color. Let me show you what it looks like before. It's just like the plaid. Now we're gonna flick little speckles just because I like the way it looks. You can skip this step. I love it. Now it has a little bit of splatters. And now, why didn't you just flip it over? I could have, but it was just easier for me to see is all. I don't know. I feel like I'm honestly a little dyslexic. So I do things weird way. And I do a lot of things like a left-handed person would do, even though I'm technically right-handed, which I never knew that until it was pointed out to me. So I don't know. Sometimes they do things really weird. All right, this is going to be the inside. And I'm going to take this leaf and I'm going to glue it down, but I'm going to cut some of the, so you can see some of the bottom edge off. So I'm just going to add a little bit of liquid glue and that is kind of a, I don't know, fun fact, weird fact about me with my like being right-handed but doing a lot of things left-handed sort of. And then I think have a little touch of dyslexia. But I didn't realize that until I would scrapbook and my friends would come over and they're like, why is your cutter set up for a left-handed person? I'm like, I didn't know it was. And then also I took a cake decorating class and I didn't even realize I was decorating with my left hand. So I don't know, kind of interesting. My daughter is kind of that way too. When she played soccer, she writes with her right hand, but she kicks with her left. She's like dominant left-footed or whatever. Anyway, okay, this is going to be for the inside. So let's go ahead and start putting this card together. Now, I got blue all over my hands now. Okay. So I'm looking for my seal. I don't know what I did with it. So I'm just going to use this glue. Catherine, I'll show you what I do at the very end. Just remind me. We're going to glue these little flaps down like this, okay? So this one moves still, and these two are glued down now. Now this piece is going to go in the center there. I wish I knew. I couldn't know. It's probably under my trimmer. Okay, and then I'm going to put this one right here like that. So that's the inside of our card. Now, let that set for a second. Okay, now the outside, we're going to take these two pieces and they're going to go on the outside flap. Like, but seriously, where? Oh, it's not under my trimmer. It's under my die cutting machine. That little die cutter. Okay, this is going to go right here. Again, this is all the same pack of designer series paper. This one is going to go right here. This and this will layer together. It's so hard to cover up the back because it's so pretty. So this is going to come in here. And then this is going to go right here. Okay. Now we're going to take our amazing flower. Look at that flower. That flower just makes you smile, I'm telling you. Somebody's going to love this flower, this card. Okay, we're going to flip this and put several dimensionals. Being ambidextrous is your superpower? Maybe, hopefully. I always used to think it was kind of like a weird thing, but sometimes those things definitely can be. Okay, we're going to put that down right there, like so. Now, where did I stamp that with love? Right here. Now this, you could put it on a little label or you could cut it straight across. I am just going to fussy cut it out around the little curves here. And then I got to cut off that end there. Okay. Here we go. And I do go in. Definitely only use my scissors with my right hand, that's for sure. All right, so there's that, and we're gonna put this here. Like I want my thing to be popped up there, and then I'm just gonna put this right here. So again, you could change out the sentiment, and then with those sequins, I'm gonna use the white ones on here. And so I'm going to grab this and this. And then one of these other ones. And we'll put it, I think, right there. And there's our third card. You could add more of those little dots and then it just opens like that. And there's a little, like that. Deborah said, my mom was right-handed but played sports with her left-handed. Yeah, that's kind of like totally my daughter too. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so that is our second card. And you can see how this one, again, I was a little bit lighter. The flowers, a little bit lighter. And then the inside right there. Okay, my last card is pretty easy too. I say easy, it's pretty quick, but it is, I think it's pretty beautiful. So I think you're gonna like it. So, all right, here's our last card. So our last card, we have to use these yellow dots. And there's some garden green in that paper, right? So we're gonna be using it. So this is a thick white card base. Guys, just a little heads up, cardstock is going up in our next catalog. So if you need any cardstock, now's a great time to stock up on your favorite colors. I'm doing the same. Like, I'm not buying like 20 packs, but I'm buying like 1 or 2 packs of my favorite. And so my one friend, Jane, just asked me like what some of my favorite were that I have, and definitely thick white because I use that a lot for card bases. Crumb cake, pool party, old olive is like one of my favorite greens, and pretty in pink. So anyway, those were just some of my favorites. I told her that I kind of are my go-to. So this is a thick white card base. This paper you will cut from your DSP that you're gonna get. This is what the back. So this is kind of like we use those stripes right there. Now we're using the back side. I also use the arches. Oh my gosh, the arches are back in stock. They keep coming and going because they're so popular, friends, but they're back in stock. And look at how many arches you get, so many. So this will be die cut for you. I'm just showing you, like, these are amazing. They keep selling out. I think they've sold out 3 times now. So if you want them, they're currently available. So this will be die cut in garden green for you. And then you'll have a strip to do your sentiment, and you'll have a scrap paper to stamp your flower. Now, for the sake of the video, I already stamped it in Memento and I die cut it. So this one, we're actually going to be coloring the flowers in yellow with the blends, and then I did do the blending brush at the bottom, but you could totally color them in too. But I wanted to show you how you can color them if you don't want to use the mask or if you're scared of the mask, but there's nothing to be scared of. But I get it. Sometimes people are a little nervous to go outside of their comfort zone. Yes, they are stitched around, Karen, the arch. Okay, so we're going to take, I have Daffodil Delight. I'm also going to be using a little bit of Wink of Stella. I'm just going to plop this down. And I already did one flower, so you don't have to watch me, but I take my light Daffodil Delight and I color it in first, and then I go in with the darker and then I blend. Catherine said, I made Easter tags using the arches. Oh, I bet they were beautiful. So I'm going to take my light and color this all in. So you can even do a combo if you want. But again, definitely you can use a mask. I'm just trying to show you different ways to use this amazing bundle. The bundle is a little bit on the higher end, but it's because make sure if you do get it, you're getting the mask, the dies, and the stamp set. So you get 3 like huge things. Okay, now this is the dark Daffodil Delight, and now I'm just going where those lines are, and I'm just filling in some color and around here in this piece. I'm looking at my sample to see what I did. Kind of went up here. Coloring these kind of makes me feel like an artist, even though I'm not really. Well, maybe I am. Who knows? And then I just like to go in with my light again and just do a little bit of circular motions and just kind of blend that in. And I feel like it just gives it really good, like, shading. I don't know. I just love these. I love these markers so much. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to take my Wink of Stella and just add a little bit of sparkle to these flowers. I'm not squeezing out any glitter. I'm just using what's already at the tip of the brush. So I feel like you should go through one of these like every 2 months as well, a Wink of Stella. That's just me. All right, now I'm going to take my dark green blending brush, and you can totally color in the bottom. I'm going to use the mask again. One last time. I'm just going to color in with just the solid image though. Okay, I'm just lining it up. Very easy to line up. Lining it up and just coloring, circular motioning that in. Now, to clean your mask, just run it under water. If you need to, you can use a baby wipe. I like to just take them to the sink, run them under some water. You can use dish soap if you need. Usually the water just takes it off because it is water-based. Now, for whatever reason, there is a tiny little gap right there. Do you see that little white tiny gap? So I took a blender pen and I pulled up ink from my mask here. Do you see that? It just like smears a little bit. And I just filled that in. I don't know. It just is like that on the mask. So I just did that. We do not have, so this is why I did this. We don't have a garden green blend. That's why I did the blending brush. We have like old olive and green apple green and shaded spruce and mossy meadow, but not garden green. So that's why I used that, because I'm literally matching it to the paper. Okay, so there's a little hack for you. Now, for our sentiment, you can use the sentiments in the kit, but I'm going to pull out another stamp set that I got that I haven't used yet that I think is a great one. We're just going to put this in the back, or put the glue on the back, put our paper down. Here's our flower. Do you see it? Can you see the sparkles? Let me flip this around right now. I got to show you this. Okay, come on. I want you to see the little Wink of Stella sparkles. Maybe you can't. You're not. Okay. It's really pretty though. All right, and now, yay, Debbie, I'm glad you're catching me live. This little arch we're going to put up with dimensionals. I forgot we got to stamp our sentiment. I got squirrel, got distracted. Okay, here we go. And this goes, we're going to put this in the middle. Then we're going to pop up our flower, of course. You can see I didn't like how I stamped it the first time, so I flipped my paper over and did it again. That's when you know you got good paper, when you can do that, because other paper, you can't do that. Not all cardstock is created equal. All right, that's going to go like that. Now, on this strip, it's about a 3/4 inch strip. Okay, the stamp set I'm bringing in is this one right here, also on the online exclusives. It's called It's Okay. And this is just a good stamp set if you know somebody or you want to send cards for anyone going through a hard time or just needs to breathe. So I'm going to be using this one right here that says inhale, period, exhale. It also says, what can I do to help? Take your time, ... I'm here when you're ready. This one says, it's okay to try again tomorrow. Then down here it says, it's okay to sit and simply feel how you feel. And then up here it says, it's enough if all you did today was survive. And then of course there's these little dots, the leaf, and the butterfly. It's just a single stamp set. And so we're gonna stamp a few of these, one on the inside and one on the outside in garden green ink. Okay, so I'm gonna take, again, you can use the bundle, of course. I just thought this would be a nice card to send somebody. So I'm going to stamp this in the center. And then I'm going to wash this off and I'm going to stamp that on the inside. Take your time. I'm here when you're ready. So So sometimes I think it's good to know that somebody cares and is there for you. Okay, and I'm going to stamp that right there. All right, so that's our inside. We're going to close this up. I really need to wash my fingers. I have ink everywhere. Then on this little piece, I'm going to make it a banner. And so to do that, I'm going to snip off the end. You just make a little snip in the center, and then you go from the left to the right towards that center, and that will give you a great banner. Now, if you have our old banner punch, you can use that as well. Just in the middle. For me, this is just a lot faster. Even when I had that, I sold it. But when I had it, this was just way easier. So there we have that. And now I'm going to put this on the bottom with some dimensionals, which I should just put the other one on here. So I have one on there, one on this side. I'm going to pop this down here. And then I'm going to use those beautiful sequins. And I'm going to use the yellow ones this time. So I'm going to put a yellow one here. Oh, it looks like my flower isn't quite positioned like my other card, because I was able to fit 2 on my other card. That's all right. I'm gonna put one there. Maybe I'm gonna move this one. Put one here and move this one here. There we go. All right, there is our card. And the inside. Here is this one. So you can kind of see the shading. It's just a little different on everyone with the coloring. So let me show you what all of our projects, all 4 cards look like. Today, if you're just hopping on and you missed the beginning, you can obviously watch the replay. But the main thing we featured was the Thankful Garden. It has a stamp set, the dies, and 5 different masks, 5 different ones. So that's what was the featured thing. It has coordinating paper and these coordinating Starburst Sequins. There's also a ribbon, the faux ribbon, velvet ribbon that I didn't use, but it does coordinate. On the last card, I did feature the It's Okay stamp set for the sentiments. But let me show you the cards. We started out with this one right here, Thankful for You, Friend. So just a sweet and simple one. Then we did our blending with this fun fold. It opens like this. And there is, with the shades, a little bit darker, but we used Fresh Freesia. So there's that fun fold. And then we went on to the Blueberry Bushel hydrangeas. This one opens up this way. So there's that. And then our last card was this one. So you can obviously use the brushes, you can color it. Just hopefully really fun, beautiful floral cards for you guys. Now again, if you want to order with the host code, you have until Sunday night. I'll send you the pieces to make one of each of these. Plus, you will get a half a pack of the lovely garden designer paper. You have to use the host code though. I know we're getting rid of it soon, but we still have it, so that's how I'm able to do that. If your order goes over $100, I will send you a half a package of these new sequins. So if you're under 100, just use any sequins or rhinestones that you want. If you go over 100, I'll give you half a pack of these. So I hope you guys love the class. I hope you love the flowers. If you have the bundle, I hope you have fun creating with it. It was definitely so much fun to play with today. And also, it is tonight, but we extended it to tomorrow at noon, is the last call for the spring classes. So the one with the storybook, you make 8 different cards. And then the other one with the crosses that they just like went all over. These, I showed them at the beginning. Last call for that class if you want to sign up. And there's a beautiful add-on kit that's all springy and flowery with a garden gate and stuff. So that's the last call for that too. All right. Oh, I was going to show you how to splatter. Who asked that? I can give you a quick thing right here. Okay, you guys are saying quick. You like the cards. Tara said 2, 4, 1, and 3. I forgot who asked about the splattering with the blend. So I can give you a little tip on how I do it. And mainly it's just a little practice. Yes, Catherine, I'll show you how to flick the blends right now. That's who asked. Okay, so how you do it is you can do a few different things. This is just my favorite way. I usually take, so you know our blends come in a light and a dark. I always take the dark, and then I always, here's a scrap piece of paper so you can see. You're going to use the brush end. Now you have to be very careful so you don't ruin your marker. If you're worried about this, what you can always do is take a water painter, and when you squeeze your lid, you can add a few drops of water and do the same thing with this, and then you're not ruining your marker. And depending how, or you can add like your re-inker, a drop in there, of course the color that matches, and do the same thing with a water painter. To me, it's just easier to do it this way, so this is why I do it this way. But if you're scared or you're not getting the look you want, that's a little way too. Okay, so your tip looks like this, right? We don't want it frayed. So you're going to carefully put it in the cap, and you're going to lightly drag it out without, you don't want to damage it. So you just gotta kind of go like that, and as you go, as I'm pulling out, I'm kind of pulling it down a little bit, and you can see that it flicks on the paper. So you're just going to carefully drag it out of your tip, and then it just like gently like will add your splatters. So if you're too harsh, you can damage your pen, so just be careful. But that is how that's how you do it, just like carefully pulling it through the tip, and then it goes like that. You can also, yeah, like you probably can tap it like that too. Like, so you can take like something and go like this and tap it. That definitely works too. I get a better color the other way. But if you don't want, you can also do this with your Stampin' Write markers. If you don't want to ruin your marker, have any chance to it, then go ahead and use my other tip with your aqua painter and just the lid of your pen. So hopefully that helps with how to flick your paper. Thank you, Deborah. That is a good idea. Yeah, feel free to try it again. With a lot of things, practice makes perfect, but also I don't want you to ruin your product, so that's why I like to show you a few different ways. But definitely like hitting it on like a pencil or something will get the same effect if you don't want to drag it out of your tip, and you can try that too. Okay, everyone, I hope you love these cards. Let me know what your favorite was. If you have a favorite, there's the code. You have till Sunday to get your order in. You'll also get the PDF tutorial for this. If you're a VIP member or you're my team, the tutorial will be there by Monday afternoon. Have a great weekend, everyone. I'll see you soon. Bye.